great. Sometimes there just aren't enough hours in the day to get done everything you want to get done. It's really, yeah, it's really weird. Good. So, Brendan, you're top right. Could you go for me? I met a kid I went to school with. We hadn't seen each other since 1996. I met a kid I went to school with. We hadn't seen each other since 1996.
Je rencontrais une...
Now, Brendan, let's make this really, really clear. We've done this work. What is the word for meet when it's someone you do already know? We have done this. Retrouver. Yeah, retrouver. Yeah, we don't want to be using rencontrer. Rencontrer is to meet someone for the first time or bump into someone. We can also use rencontrer. Equally, in the world of, you know, IT and stuff, dans un monde avec des réseaux sociaux numériques, if I met you guys, so I've not physically seen any of you in person, unfortunately. Fuck you, Bree, she lives in London. Donc, je vous ai pas vu en personne, malheureusement. So when I see Brendan, or that's somebody I consider to know really well, I'd consider him a friend. You know, because I've not been in a room with his cells, yeah, I would say, oh, j'ai rencontré Brendan. That's kind of a French development that has happened, even if it's somebody I know quite well. Alors, même si c'est quelqu'un que je connais assez bien. And that's something that happens more and more, obviously, nowadays. Alors, ça, c'est quelque chose qui arrive de nos jours, nowadays. But retrouver, if it's somebody you already know. Off you go. So I met a guy I went to school with. Off you go, Brendan.
J'ai retrouvé...
Retrouver, listen to Auntie Lucky. Retrouver.
J'ai retrouvé...
No, listen to Auntie Lucky. Say re, like je.
Re.
Now say re. Now j'ai retrouvé.
J'ai retrouvé un mec que j'allais...
No, Brendan. I went to school with. So with whom I went to school, yes?
Oh oui, avec qui j'allais à l'école.
Good, go again. J'ai retrouvé un mec avec qui j'allais à l'école.
J'ai retrouvé un mec...
J'ai re. High, low. Get it in you.
J'ai retrouvé un mec avec qui j'allais à l'école.
Make it sound human.
J'ai retrouvé un mec avec qui j'allais à l'école.
Almost there. Lovely. Close your mouth a bit more. Sounding good.
J'ai retrouvé un mec avec qui j'allais à l'école.
Almost perfect. Go again. I'm really enjoying it. Oui, alors j'ai retrouvé. Be comfortable with hon, hi, hon. Oui, alors j'ai retrouvé. There's also a little bit of reading. When you guys read RE, you always go to say re. Yeah, RE will either be re or re if there's an accent on it. Yeah, like réveillé. But j'ai retrouvé. Oui, alors j'ai retrouvé un mec avec qui j'allais à l'école. Go.
Oui, j'ai retrouvé un mec avec...
No unnecessary pausing on auxiliaries. J'ai retrouvé un mec.
J'ai retrouvé un mec avec qui j'allais à l'école.
No, you're pausing on qui, we don't need it. Avec qui j'allais à l'école. Faster.
J'ai retrouvé un mec avec qui j'allais à l'école.
But that at speed, that re became re again. But never mind, it's sounding good. Lovely. One more from you. We saw each other. No, the last time we saw each other was 1996. The last time we saw each other was 1996.
La dernière fois que on...
Look at me. Don't say que when we know we've got something coming.
Oh, oui.
Yeah, remember the technique, people? Je and de and que and le are words where, yes, I always tell you guys to say the words and then to think of the following word. Oui, je vous dis tous de dire les mots et de penser au mot suivant. And I do tell you that, et c'est ce que je vous dis. But with those words, obviously, there's the possibility that you will have a vowel word. Avec ces mots, évidemment, il y a la possibilité que vous ayez un mot qui commence avec une voyelle. So you need to just think, if you feel a que is
I can't hear
All
you.
the duh, all the... Yeah, you can't hear me?
Oh, I can now. I can now.
Did you mean I'm sorry, Luke, I can't hear you? Or did you just mean to rudely in a blunt northern way go, I can't hear you? Which was it you meant?
I obviously was meant. I meant to be. I was sorry.
There we go. Off you go. So say for me. Go again then. The last time we saw each other was in 1996. Go.
La dernière fois qu'on se voyait,
Stand
c'était
still. Stand still. Pluh, pluh, pluh. We say for me. I got washed. Go.
je me suis lavé.
Great. You got washed.
Tu t'es lavé.
Thank you. They got washed.
Ils se sont lavés.
Great. They. I'm sorry. We saw each other. We saw each other.
On se voyait.
Brendan, these have got auxiliaries.
Oh oui, on s'est vu.
Gorgeous. The last time, Bren, last is feminine here because time is feminine here. Yeah, the last time we saw each other was 1996.
La dernière fois.
Why are we carving it out of stone? You're a Frenchman. Be chilled. La dernière fois. Be chilled. Stop carving it out of stone, Fred Flintstone.
La dernière fois.
No, not le. La, but without a big mouth. Look at me. La. But we don't need it. Look at them. La. Same vowel. Same sharpness. We don't need la just to make it a la. La dernière fois.
La dernière fois.
No, la, not le. La.
La dernière fois qu'on s'est vu.
Good. I'm going to say your name at speed, and you tell me which one's correct. Brendan. 1, 2, or 3?
3.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see how jarring it is in French, even at speed? I can still hear it's wrong. If I said, Denise, she can still hear. If I said Brie, free, she can still hear. Just because it's quick, don't think it's acceptable. La dernière fois. So la dernière fois qu'on s'est vu, off you go. The challenge, it was 1996.
La dernière fois qu'on s'est vu était 1900.
I've told you before, I don't like it. 1900, I prefer that one.
1996.
Good, well done. Good job. Denise. He's actually American, but he grew up in England after the age of 12. He's actually American, but he's an Italian-American, Paul Galuzzo. Amazing person. Concert standard violinist, gave it all up to go and do science at Cambridge. Like legitimately, like international concert standard violinist. He came to England to be part of some orchestra and shit. Amazing kid. So say for me, he's actually American, but he grew up in England after the age of 12.
Il est vraiment américain, mais il s'est grandi après l'âge de 12.
In England.
En Angleterre.
Good. Go again. He's actually American, but he grew up in England after the age of 12. Be careful with the grow up thing. That wasn't quite right. Go again.
Okay.
It was close. It was close, but it wasn't quite right.
Okay. Il est vraiment américain, mais il est grandi en Angleterre à l'âge de 12. I messed that up.
He's actually American, but he grew up in England after the age of 12. Not okay. That many concepts. Off you go.
No. Il est vraiment américain, mais il est grandi en Angleterre après l'âge de 12.
12 ans.
12.
12 ans. 12 ans.
12 ans.
Good.
12 ans.
Listen at 100%, not 97%. Good. C'est un Américain, or il est Américain, or il est... not really vraiment, because that would suggest that he'd suggested he was one and he wasn't, like he's pretending to be American. So, il est en fait, or en fait, Yeah. Well done for not saying actuellement, because what does actuellement mean, Denise? Currently, right now. Yeah. Okay. Currently, Luke is wearing a suede brown jacket. You know, actuellement. Yeah. Good. Lovely. So, oui, en fait, c'est un Américain. Il est américain. Il a grandi. So, il a grandi. Yeah. Yeah. Be careful. There are verbs with agrandir, like il a something a agrandi or s'agrandir. But no. We've got il a grandi en Angleterre après l'âge de 12 ans. En fait, c'est un Américain, mais il a grandi en Angleterre après l'âge de 12 ans. En figure.
En fait, il est américain, mais
that's not what Luke gave you. Linguists listen at 100%. En fait, c'est un Américain. I want you to get used to using. En fait, c'est un Américain.
En fait, c'est un Américain, mais il est grandi.
Now listen. En fait, c'est un Américain, mais il a grandi en Angleterre après l'âge de 12 ans.
En fait, il est un
No, Denise, I need you to listen. I need you to fucking listen.
I know, sorry. En fait, c'est un Américain, mais il a grandi en Angleterre après 12 ans. Après l'âge 12 ans.
Après l'âge
12 ans.
12 ans.
De 12 ans.
Good. Pardon me 1 second, I'm just running for a wee. I'll be right back. Practice it perfectly. All of you. Brie, I'm coming for you with that sentence. Brendan, I'm coming for you with that sentence. I'll be right back.
Okay. Une fois. En fait, c'est un Américain, mais il a grandi en Angleterre après l'âge de 12 ans. Is that correct? Sorry, Brendan, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Maybe.
Do you want to try it or? En fait, c'est un Américain, mais il a grandi en Angleterre après l'âge de 12 ans.
Good. 1 second. We've got no hand wash. It's vanished. I'll make you translate this in a moment, Brie, but one of the things I love about going to Chris's house is I absolutely love his hand wash, and I can't seem to find it anywhere. The second thing is, I'm just going to say this, I'm just going to put this out there. He has a Japanese toilet. It does everything. That's all I'm going to say. Nobody is as intimate with my body as the Japanese toilet in Chris's bathroom. I still go to use paper afterwards because I'm like, I just can't. But this thing, you choose the angle of the damn water, it then blows hot air on you, but my brain still goes, no, I'm still going. Oh my God, it's like you walk into the bathroom, Denise, and it opens for you. It's like, hello. It's just so, you can even choose a color that it glows with. I mean, it's just insanely fucking clever. Right, good, off you go. So off you go. So Denise, I want to go, oui, alors il a grandi en Angleterre. Il a grandi en Angleterre. Sorry, c'est un Américain, mais en fait, c'est un Américain, mais il a grandi en Angleterre après l'âge de 12 ans. Okay.
En fait, c'est un Américain, mais il a grandi en Angleterre après l'âge de 12 ans.
Good. Were we in Besançon, we'd be by the river and nobody moves forward until the person gets it right. That's what we do. Si on était à Besançon, on se met près de la rivière et personne avance avant que ce soit correct. Voilà. No, nobody move. We're all going to do it in a minute. It's great fun. It's good fun. Good. Off you go. One more for Denise. But he kept his accent up to the age of 18. Like he sounded from Kansas up to we called him Chuck. But he kept his accent up to the age of 18. It's quite a happy little accent from Kansas, isn't it? So he kept his accent up to the age of 18.
Mais il a gardé son accent à l'âge de 13 ans. Jusqu'à l'âge de 13 ans.
18.
What?
18. 18.
Oh, 18 ans.
Good. Lovely. Earwaxing, removal is available at most health practitioners. Good. 18. Lovely. All right. Good. Bree. He rang me last year, and action in the negative, I didn't recognise the voice. He rang me last year, and I didn't recognise the voice. What's he rang? I'm bored. I'm so bored of you. You take 10 minutes to warm up and then you're phenomenal. Bring me phenomenal Bree. Bree's phenomenal at the end of every class. What's this weird first 10 minutes we always have? What's the verb to call, Bree? What's the verb to call? There's several. Give me several. What's the verb to call?
Appeler.
There we go. Or téléphoner or any of that shit. The only thing that you need to worry about would be téléphoner is indirect. I'm going to call Bree. Je vais téléphoner à Bree. Versus I'm going to call Bree. Je vais appeler Bree. We've also got slang phrases like passer un coup de fil, whatever, you know. But yeah, so using appeler, just say to me, he called me. Go. Basic bitch 1, 2, 3 with a pronoun. Nothing. He called me.
Il m'a appelé.
There we go. We're back up and running. Lovely. What is I recognised? Let's not make it negative. So what's I recognised? J'ai
reconnu.
Good. Lovely. His accent.
Reconnu.
No. You've just given me reconnu. What's the verb to recognise? What's the verb to recognise?
Reconnaître.
Good. That's it. So what's I recognised? J'ai
reconnu.
Lovely. His accent.
Son accent.
Good. Now say I didn't recognise his accent.
Je n'ai pas reconnu son accent.
We're up and running.
Yes.
Go even faster. Je n'ai pas reconnu son accent. Faster.
Je n'ai pas reconnu son accent.
Fuck me. It goes from like to, oh my God, that bitch can speak. It's hilarious how it turns around so quickly. Good. Lovely. I didn't recognise his accent. He had, which is now a description. Oh shit, I need to plug you in. He had an English voice. He had, fine, he's now 45, I haven't heard from him in ages. He had an English voice.
Il avait une voix anglais.
Une voix, no, you were right. So what you tried to do is you tried to go back and make un match anglais, which was clever, but une voix is feminine voice. Yeah, so go again. Description, he had an English voice.
Il avait une voix anglaise.
Good. Geographically, make yourself familiar with the slide between il avait un. Different geographical slide. So we go il avait une voix anglaise. Go.
Il avait une voix anglaise.
Lovely. Nice throat push. Push all the way through. Geographically, learn a different route. Lui, alors, il avait un. Go through. Il avait une voix anglaise.
Il avait une voix anglaise.
She's back in the room. It's that push that does it. Il avait une voix anglaise. Lovely. One more for Bree. I said, what happened? He went, Luke, it's Paul Galuzzo from school. And I was like, Paul, you're English. So I said, what happened?
J'ai dit, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
For bonus points, this is tougher. I said, what happened to you? Which has to use a different verb. I'm eating last night's curry, some of the remainder of. I'm having such a lovely time with it. Don't ruin it. So I said, what happened to you? Think what verb one uses when you are saying something happened to a person.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a...
You're on the right verb. Well done. But remember that good.
Qu'est-ce
So much better. But what's the auxiliary going to be with the verb arriver? Have a little think. What arriver? What auxiliary do you use with arriver?
Arrivé à
Say to me, I arrived. Say to me, I arrived.
Oh, it's E. It's E.
Very true, yeah.
Yeah.
So, qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé? Qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé? Qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé?
Qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé? Yeah.
No. Slang-wise, not slang, Luke, shut up. All of you are used to saying tu es arrivé when you do the arriving. But tell me what arrived to you. You're not doing the arriving. The thing is arriving to you. So it needs to have the EST link in the middle. Do you all get that? You're used to saying t'es arrivé in slang. Tu es arrivé, t'es arrivé à quelle heure? What time did you get there? Mais qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé? It's an EST. So qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé? Okay, so say to me, qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé?
Qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé?
Nice, damn nice. Good God, 16 fucking seconds ago, you can't even say I called, and now you're back up to this. Brilliant, brilliant. Lovely. Good. Brendan, you'll go. You said, my parents returned to America, and I went to university here.
Il a dit, mes parents allaient aux États-Unis.
Returned, and it's an action.
Ah oui, il a dit, mes parents retournaient. Oh, mes parents ont retourné. Non, mes parents.
Pick a version, because we've not got the fuel in the plane for the amount of times it's come back and fucking forward.
Mes parents sont retournés aux États-Unis et je reste ici à l'université.
I stayed here, if you're going to use it, would be an action. What's I stayed here?
Je suis resté ici à l'université. À l'université. À l'université.
À l'université, right. Mes parents sont rentrés. Yeah, to go home, it's nice to use rentrer. Say we're all in Besançon, okay, and we go back to the flat I've hired for you all, which is lush. And I say, okay, on va rentrer. Rentrer to go back home. Say if me, Denise says, oh my God, Luke, I've had such a cool week. I don't want to go home. Je veux pas rentrer, because that would mean home for Denise there. You know, it depends where we are. Say we're on holiday in Spain. It's a place we're never going to go to again. And Denise says, I'm going to change. I want to pop a dress on for dinner this evening. I'm just going to go back to the hotel. We can use rentrer. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like this idea of going back to where we're from temporarily, all right? So it doesn't just have to be going home. What's to America, please, Brendan?
Aux États-Unis.
Aux États-Unis, yes.
États-Unis.
Good, okay, and again?
Aux États-Unis.
Good. Je suis rentré aux États-Unis. So, il a dit, mes parents sont rentrés aux États-Unis et moi, je suis resté pour aller à la fac. Mes parents sont rentrés aux États-Unis et je suis resté ici pour aller à la fac. Put that together.
Mes parents.
Pause. Listen on to Lukey. Listening means listening. Listening, if you repeat what I've said and you just give me the ingredients, it's not been listening. It's been box ticking. Copy the words I'm saying. Mes parents.
Mes parents.
You're not listening. Copy the words I'm saying. Don't copy the words. Copy the sound you're hearing. Mes parents.
Mes parents.
Better. What have you been saying for the past 14 years for the word parent?
Oh, God knows.
Parent. What's my version? Mes parents. What is it?
Mes parents.
Good. can have two Brens.
Oh, hello, I can hear something.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm adding someone. I'm there. Right.
Okay.
Good. I was busy. Right. So off you go. So Brendan, so say for me. He said, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. He said, I don't know what happened.
Il a dit, je ne sais pas qu'est-ce qui se passait.
Je ne sais pas ce qui s'est passé.
Je ne sais pas ce qui se passe.
Right. So Bren, meet Bren. This is Bren.
Oh wait, I gotta hold
Hello.
on, y'all. I wasn't expecting.
Oh, shut up. Your volume is lovely. Your hair is lovely.
I'm a mess.
Oh no, Luke. My hair is so full. Oh no. Oh, life is so difficult. My hair is so full.
I have not brushed my teeth yet.
Oh, Brenda. Oh, my naturally pearly white. Oh, Brenda, hush. I thought you might need a little bit of human love, and I thought you could come into the Monday group a little bit. So
Okay.
good.
Hi. Bonjour.
Hi. So you guys said you know Brendan, you know Denise, and you know lovely Brie. Right. So off you go. Next up, Denise, and then it's going to go Brendan, then Brie, because I'm following the new 4 by rule. Brenda, take a Quaalude or something. Right. Denise, off you go. Luke has invited our friend Brenda. Luke has invited our friend Brenda.
Luc a invité notre amie Brenda.
Notre amie. Okay.
Notre amie Brenda.
Good. Because she has had a sad week.
Parce qu'elle a eu une semaine triste.
Good. Because she gives her heart to everybody. Her heart, not her ass, her heart. She gives her heart to everybody.
Ouais. Parce qu'elle donne sa cour à tout le monde.
That would be she gives her body to everybody. Honest to God, Denise, I will not have slut shaming in this class. I will not have slut shaming. Elle donne son cœur. Elle donne son cœur, not son corps. Okay, she gives her heart to everybody. Okay.
Parce qu'elle donne sa cœur à tout le monde.
Son cœur, masculine, son cœur.
Son cœur à tout le monde.
Good. Close your mouth. Elle donne son cœur à tout le monde. Elle donne son cœur à tout le monde.
Elle donne sa cœur à tout le monde.
Son cœur.
Elle donne son cœur à tout le monde.
Good. We have so many C words. Cure, like a toothpick, a cure-dent, or a cure, medical. Corps, body. Cœur, choir. Cœur, heart. Car, as, or like like a Greyhound style bus. A car, we got loads of cool, car, cœur. Vowels count. Lovely. Brenda, your go. Thank you, Luke. It's a beautiful idea. Thank you, Luke. It's a beautiful idea.
Merci Luc. C'est une idée géniale.
Lovely. Or c'est une belle idée. C'est une idée géniale. Lovely.
C'est une belle idée.
People think that you are mean, and they're right. No, people think that you are mean, reminding you that mean begins with a M sound, and they are right.
People. Tout le monde, les gens pensent que tu es méchante.
That's it. Well done. Lovely. And they are right. Ils ont
Ils sont vérité.
Say to me, I'm right. J'ai raison.
Oh, j'ai raison.
Say they're right.
Ils sont raison.
Good. Don't confuse c'est vrai or c'est la vérité with la bonne personne, the right person, or they're right. Yeah? Different rights. They did this. Get up, stand up, for your rights. You've got different rights. J'ai la raison. J'ai raison. La bonne, whatever, or vrai, or vérité. Good. One more, Bren. Luke, I like this group because now there are 4 of us means we are 4. Yeah. So Luke, I like this group because we are 4 people. Lovely. I can rest. Think what the verb is. It's reflexive and it's going to start with an R. So for me, Luke, I like this group. There are 4 people, which is we are 4 people. I can rest. Up you go. So I like this group.
Luke, j'aime ce group.
Lovely. We are 4 people. Nous sommes. We are.
No. On est 4 personnes.
Lovely.
Et
Pronunciation of
4 personnes.
That's it. Nice.
4
Lovely.
personnes.
And I can rest, which is a reflexive verb. Je peux me...
Je peux me reposer.
Lovely. Excellent. Good job. Good. Brie, Brenda, are you drinking tea or coffee?
Coffee. I really just, I went to bed 3:30 this morning.
Oh, baby girl. Off we go. So Brie, Brenda knows English culture very well. She has an English husband. Brenda knows English culture very well. She has an English husband.
Brenda sait la culture anglaise très bien. Elle a un mari anglais.
Think how beautifully you said "tur" at the end of the word culture, because you read the U. Think of the beginning of the word culture, which also has a U, C-U. So I need the same U at the beginning of the word culture as at the end. What's that going to give me?
Culture.
That's it, culture. Lovely.
Culture.
Brenda knows. Now, which verb for know am I going to use if it's be familiar with? It's going to be familiar with. Which one am I going to use? Savoir or connaître? If it's be familiar with.
Connaître.
And what's the short for?
Connaît.
That's it. If, like, I know the answer, I know that can be both. Je sais, je connais. That can be both. But Brenda connaît la culture anglaise. Elle a un mari anglais.
Brenda connaît la culture anglaise. Elle a un mari anglais. Anglais.
Good. Put his team back on. Good. I have been with Brenda in person several times. I have been with Brenda in person several times. I don't mean in a biblical way. We've still got that to do. But off you go. I have been. She likes English men. What can I say? I have been with Brenda in person several times.
J'ai eu avec Brenda.
I have been. J'ai
été.
That's it. E with an accent, T with an E-T-E. Okay. So j'ai été with Brenda in person several times. Go.
J'ai été avec Brenda en personne.
Several times.
Plusieurs fois.
You can use plein de fois, well done, but that'd be plenty of times that we're just going to use plusieurs fois. Close your mouth, super fast. J'ai été avec Brenda en personne plusieurs fois. J'ai été avec Brenda. The word that will bother you there is Brenda, because although you can say it in a French way, it's not French. So that will bother you, that will stand out. The rest you can go, blablabla. Oui, alors j'ai été avec Brenda plusieurs fois en français. En personne. J'ai été avec Brenda plusieurs fois en personne. I forget.
Oui, j'ai été avec Brenda en personne plusieurs fois.
Good. One more, Denis. One more, Brie. She visited me in London. Now, I'm a person, not a monument. I might have joints of brick and stone, but I'm a person, not a monument. So what is the verb to visit a person going to be, Brie?
Rendre en visite à.
Rendre visite à. Now be careful, because when you have a compound verb which contains a noun, you guys always want to put a the or an a. For example, what's I tend to, Brie? Do you know that one? What's I tend to? J'ai
tendance.
Well done. And you, like many people, used to say j'ai une tendance or j'ai la tendance. Yeah, no. So often compound verbs waive the rules of like good grammar. So look. So she visited me is rendre visite à. So she visited me. Elle
m'a rendu visite.
That's it. Every little bone in your body wanted to say elle m'a rendu.
Visité.
Okay, yeah. Good. Well, elle a visité. Lovely. Okay. Good. Back up to the top. Who's the handsome boy at the top? Oh, that's me. We won't give him any sentences. Let's go to Brendan. Brendan. Luke, I'm looking forward to seeing you in person. Luke, I'm looking forward to seeing you in person.
Luc, je suis ravi à te voir.
No. J'ai
hâte de te voir en personne.
Close your mouth. J'ai hâte de te voir en personne.
J'ai hâte de te voir en personne.
Good, lovely, okay. So that you can slap me more easily.
Donc, que tu peux...
You always do donk. You always do donk, and I always correct it.
Yeah,
Pour
que tu puisses me donner un...
Non, me donner une claque, me gifler.
Pour que tu puisses me gifler.
Lovely, okay. Lovely. It hurts in a good way, in person.
Ça me fait mal en personne.
Yes, can we just acknowledge that's fine to use me? Can we acknowledge that we're using faire mal? You know, avoir mal. Faire peur, avoir peur. On that occasion, you made it about yourself. That's no problem. Ça me fait mal. Lovely. What did I say? Let's say in a more interesting way in person.
Dans un... What am I saying?
What preposition do we use with way? We've gone over this loads.
D'une manière plus intéressante.
D'une manière plus intéressante. D'une
manière plus intéressée.
If it's d'une, what's the gender of intéressant going to be?
Feminine.
So let me hear that then.
D'une manière plus intéressante.
That's it. Okay. Good. It makes it more interesting when I can feel what you're doing. It makes it more interesting, Luke, when I can feel what you're doing.
Ça fait plus...
What fucking... Thank you. Stand still. To the nearest 56, how many times have I told you rendre when you're making a verb, making somebody an adjective, not a verb? To the nearest 56, how many would you say?
I'd have to count the bruises, but there's loads.
There's lots, aren't there? Fucking rendre if you're making Denise happy, if you're making Denise sad, if you make Denise work, use faire. That said, which is what we should be onto now, if you've got rendre and it's a big obvious verb idea, like, you know, Brenda makes it more concentrated, Brenda concentrates it, Brenda makes them tired, Brenda tires them. I mean, fine, by all means use different verbs. Like concentrate. That annoys me. You're not going to say that makes me annoyed, although you can. That gets me annoyed. It's much better to say ça m'énerve, ça m'irrite, rather than ça me rend irrité, ça me rend vexé, ça me vexe, ça m'énerve. So although that is then an adjective, the adjective is from a verb. Yeah, so that makes me mad. That's different because you'd be saying like ça me met en colère, or, you know. But if you're saying like that makes me mad, like using, you know, fâché, don't say ça me rend fâché, say ça me fâche. Do you know? You know, je me fâche. You know, so it's like you think outside the box, which is what we should be on to now. But we shouldn't be messing up rendre with a nice adjective. Good. So off you go. So say for me, it makes it easier. It makes it easier.
Ça rend plus facile.
Where's the it? It makes it easier.
Ça le rend plus facile.
Good. Denise. Brenda, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Brenda, c'est un plaisir de te voir, de te rencontrer.
Okay. I've read your name several times in the group. I've read your name several times in the group.
J'ai lu son nom quelquefois dans notre groupe.
I read your name, not her name. I read your name several times in the group.
J'ai lu ton nom quatre fois dans son groupe. I don't know why I'm messing up my words.
Read your name several times in the group.
J'ai lu ton nom plusieurs fois dans notre groupe.
Lovely. Try and keep it, guys. Plusieurs, not plusieurs. Yeah. J'ai lu ton prénom plusieurs fois dans le groupe. And again?
J'ai lu ton prénom plusieurs fois dans notre groupe.
Lovely. Okay. I heard that you lived in Besançon before doing the language trip. I heard you lived in Besançon before doing the language trip.
J'ai entendu que tu habitais à Besançon avant le cours.
Before doing, because if it was before the lessons, it'd be avant le cours, wouldn't it? So before doing the language trip, avant de...
Avant de faire le cours.
The language trip, not the lesson.
Le séjour linguistique.
Wow, well done. Wait, 0 to 60. Oui, alors j'ai entendu que... apparemment, in French, apparemment, Brenda, apparemment, tu as vécu à Besançon avant de faire le séjour linguistique. Lovely. Good. Denise, final one. Using plaire, did you like it? Using plaire, did you like it?
Ça t'a plu?
Good. Brenda. Yes,
Oui.
I found an apartment online. Yes, I found an apartment online.
Oui, j'ai trouvé un appartement en ligne.
Good. Equally, equally, I went to Tom's house, the little boy with whom Luke used to work at the hospital. Equally, I don't invite many people to Tom's house. Equally, I went to Tom's house, the little boy with whom Luke used to work at the hospital.
Également, je suis allée à la maison de Tom, les petits garçons qui...
With whom? But that was all perfect. With whom?
Avec qui?
Lovely.
Avec
I used
qui?
to work at the hospital.
Avec qui Luke
used to work
travailler dans l'hôpital. À l'hôpital.
Good. Don't feel the need, all of you, to use in. Just notice how much we use at in French. Au parc, at the park, à la pharmacie. Don't always feel the need to use in. Good, Brenda. That was fucking smashing. I have my own little French boy. I don't mean like the way that she's got a British husband. I mean as in there's a little boy that Brenda's super close to in France. So say for me, I have my own, which is a word which begins with a P. I have my own little French boy. I don't mean she's got some lovers in. Well, yes, she has. But what I mean is, as in like, I mean as in there's a child that Brenda sponsors in France that she's dead into, with the child of friends. So I have my own. Her Parisian lovers, that's completely something different. So I have my own little French boy.
J'ai mon
starts with a P. My own.
Personnel.
That's a clever way. That's a clever way around it, which does also begin with a P. J'ai mon propre.
Propre.
Yeah. Propre can mean clean, but it also means your own, like property. Yeah. So if you said my own house is clean, if you said my own house is clean, if you said my own house is clean, yeah. So say for me, ma propre maison est propre. Just say that, ma propre maison est propre.
Ma propre maison est propre.
So propre before a word, own. Propre after a word, clean. If you're talking about children as well, propre means toilet trained. Yeah. So as a joke,
il est propre.
Il est propre. So as a joke, if you wanted to sort of say, if Brendan comes to my house and he says, Luke, je peux m'asseoir? Can I sit down? I say, mais t'es propre. That would also not only just mean like, are you clean, but like, are you toilet trained, you know? Good. Lovely. Great. Brendan, one more. I spent lots of time with this family in the United States. I spent lots of time with this family in the United States.
Okay. J'ai passé un bon temps avec la famille dans les États-Unis.
Let's just clean it up. J'ai passé. Give me lots of times. Beaucoup de.
J'ai passé beaucoup de temps.
Lovely. With this family. Careful on the pronunciation of family. Avec cette femme.
Avec cette famille.
That's it. It's a fucker because it looks like ville. And it looks like Lille, the city. But we pronounce it famille, like a girl. So j'ai passé beaucoup de temps avec cette famille in the States. Oh, careful on the pronunciation.
No. Les États-Unis. Aux États-Unis.
Good. Every time you say the States, you get a double Z sound. Les États-Unis, the United States. Les États-Unis, from the United States. Aux États-Unis, to the United States. Good. Lovely. Brie, I've never heard of this country, Brenda, because I'm a Londoner. I've never heard of this country, Brenda, because I'm a Londoner.
Je n'ai jamais entendu à ce pays.
J'ai jamais entendu parler de. I've never heard speak of. That's how you say it. J'ai jamais entendu parler de. Yeah?
J'ai jamais entendu parler de ce pays.
Lovely, because I'm a Londoner.
Parce que je suis un Londonien.
Londonienne.
Londonien.
It is Londonien, Londonienne, like Parisien, Parisienne. Not all cities have that in French. Hollywood weirdly has an adjective. Yeah. Brenda has worked in the Hollywood industry. Brenda, elle a travaillé dans l'industrie hollywoodienne. Yeah. She worked in the Valley. She was in porn. What was I going to say? Parisien, Parisienne. Yeah. Every city and village in France has, you know, this adjective noun thing. Yeah. Spanish the same. Yeah, we call it the gentilicio. It's like every, and you don't always know them. You don't always know them. So say I went to visit Brendan. Brendan, what's the village that you live in called? What's the village you live in called?
Saint-Hilaire.
Right. So the people from there will have their own little adjective or their own name. And you sometimes don't know them. You know the big ones, like, you know, Lyon, Lyonnais, Paris, Parisien, you know, Monaco, Monegasque, Bordeaux, Bordelais, Bordelaise, Besançon, Byzantin, Byzantine. But there's like an adjective noun thing for and even little small villages. Yeah. And it can normally be something like, let's say the village was called Fermouche, it'd be like les Fermouchois or les Fermouchards. I mean, it's always going to be like a similar suffix, you know, Fermouchoise, Fermoucheuse, you know, it's always going to be something like this, but there will be a little adjective for that village. The joke is in French, you say, il s'appelle comment les gens de Lyon? What do you call people from Lyon? Les Lyonnais. Il s'appelle comment les gens de Bordeaux? Les Bordelais. What are they called, people from Bordeaux? Les Bordelais. Il s'appelle comment les gens de Paris? What are they called, people from Paris? Les fils de pute, sons of bitches. Like that's the joke that you can go with. But if you are speaking to anybody from a town or a village, ask them what the adjective is. Yeah. So for example, Tom's old village he's just moved was Chalzeul, and they were called les Chalzeulois. Yeah. So somebody from Chalzeul is and we don't really have that in English. I mean, we might to a smaller degree. Like I'm a Bostonian, you know, or I'm a Mancunian, or you know, I'm a Londoner. A Scouse is different from Liverpudlian, but you certainly would. Say that again, Brie.
North Carolinian is me.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. So it's got like a different. So it's, what it will do in English, it will be normally referring to. So say you said, okay, the New York, population. You wouldn't say the New Yorker population. It's a person. So a person can be a New Yorker, but you wouldn't say, oh, the New Yorker vote. But in French, you would. So say you're saying like, the New York decision. So say it was like, whatever, it's the elections and we're looking at different states. La décision new-yorkaise, that would be the adjective for somebody from New York. You tend to use that more in French for New York City, NYC, rather than the state of New York. But yeah, so just whenever you've got any contact with anybody French, make sure you know what the adjective is for where they're from. Good. Off you go. So Brie, do me another one. Luke, it's interesting because I've just discovered that you live in London. Luke, it's interesting because I've just discovered that Brenda Brie is over here. She's a very clever girl. She's doing PhD shit. But basically, bitch lives in London and she ain't been to see me. And I've offered to buy her a champagne, Brenda. I have. You know me. I splash the cash when I meet people. I really do. And I'm like, Brie, don't you want to see me? I wash. I have a very good personal hygiene. So say for me, Brie, say for me, I've just discovered Luke lives in London.
Je viens de découvrir
Small mouth, découvrir.
Que Luc habite à Londres.
Close mouth, je viens de découvrir que Luc habite à Londres.
Je viens de découvrir que Luc habite à Londres.
Just get used to using the French. You know the French. Get used to being French. Oh, je viens de découvrir que Luc habite à Londres.
Je viens de découvrir que Luc habite à Londres.
That's it. Lovely. Brenda would tell me that Luke is generous when it comes to going to a bar. In Besançon, I was like, you guys don't have to pay me. I'll teach for free, but you can just buy my food and drink. I was buying the fucking champagne left and right. Off you go. So save me. Not you, Brendan. You can buy your own. No, I'll buy you a drink so I can drop a little something in it. Off you go. So Brie, so save me. Brenda would tell me that Luke is very generous when it comes to going to a bar.
Brenda me dirait que Luc était très généreux quand on est allé au bar.
When it comes to, I want this expression, when it comes to, I'm just going to get a drink of water. When it comes to going to a bar, quand il s'agit
d'aller au bar.
Link it to the verb to go. Quand il s'agit d'aller au bar. Go.
Quand il s'agit d'aller au bar.
That's it. So quand il s'agit de, as an expression, can have quand il s'agit de plus a noun. So when it comes to the cold water, you have to bloody wait ages in this house, otherwise it's lukewarm. Quand il s'agit de l'eau froide, or when it comes to running a bar, quand il s'agit de laisser couler, like you can go into a verb. Quand il s'agit de. Good. Good. Brendan, you'll go. Tell me, Brenda, what do you do for work? Tell me, Brenda, what do you do for work? Oh, sorry, Brendan, you'll go. Brendan, you'll go. Tell me, Brenda, what do you do for work?
Dites-moi, Brenda, qu'est-ce que tu fais dans ta vie?
Yeah, qu'est-ce que tu fais comme... Tu fais quoi comme travail? That will do.
Brenda, tu fais quoi comme travail?
Close your mouth, make it in the middle of the night. Tu fais quoi comme travail?
Tu fais quoi comme travail?
And again?
Tu fais quoi comme travail?
Oh, it is better colder, isn't it? It is. That is one thing America does well, is the insistence on ice cubes. I mean, y'all don't drink water, you drink freaking Gatorade, but you do like cold drinks with ice cubes in it. Lovely. So off you go. So Brenda, tu fais quoi comme travail? Tu fais quoi comme travail?
Tu fais quoi comme travail?
Denise, I've heard that you work with costumes.
J'ai entendu que tu travailles avec les costumes. Coutume.
Coutume means custom. So well done for having that in your vocabulary base. Costume.
Costume.
Which can also mean a suit. So can also mean a suit. Brenda, your go. Subsequent to an initial basic training in the textile industry, I then found myself. No. Can you fucking imagine if I was suite à une formation dans l'industrie des textiles, je me suis retrouvé. Lovely. So save me. Yes, Brenda. So yes, Luke's right. Yes, Luke's right.
Oui, Luc a raison.
Luke a raison. Well remembered.
A raison.
The name of my career is costumière. The name of my career is costumière.
Le nom et mon career est costumière.
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 Lovely. People always say costumier, but Brenda is a lady. Costumière. Lovely. I provide, now, big word. The verb is fournir, like furnish. What, Brenda, would be the I finish if I gave you je? If I gave you finir, what would finir become? What's I finish? Je
finis.
Great. So what is I provide if I gave you fournir? That'd be je fournis.
Je finis.
That's it. Make it short. Je fournis.
Je finis. Je finis.
Fournis. I say something and you're about to go, oh yeah, because I remember talking about this with you before. Je me souviens d'en avoir parlé avec toi avant. A fournisseur is a provider. Yeah, it's your internet provider, isn't it? Brendan's changed his internet provider. Okay, fournisseur. Good. So save me. I provide the costumes for films. I provide the costumes for films.
Je fournis le vêtement.
Or just the costumes, les costumes?
Le costume pour le film.
Je fournis les costumes pour les films. Lovely, okay. Or je fournis des costumes pour des films. Depends how you say it. Good. Save me. But I have a expert knowledge when it comes to wool. Brenda is the fucking goddess of wool. I swear to God. I have an expert, like she's taught colleges and shit on that. So I have an expert knowledge when it comes to, there's that little expression, wool. So what's I have a knowledge? J'ai une connaissance. Une connaissance.
Oh, j'ai une connaissance.
Connaissance.
J'ai une connaissance.
Make it the word expert.
Would it be j'ai expert en connaissance?
Pause. On this occasion, I can completely see why it's confusing, because expert is been used as an adjective rather than the noun. I'm an expert. So you can say je suis experte, but j'ai une connaissance experte is basically I have an expert knowledge, like you're using expert as an adjective. Lovely. When it comes to, what was that little expression that we just did? Quand il s'agit de, when it's about?
Quand il s'agit de
the wool.
La laine.
Laine. That's exactly right. J'ai une connaissance experte quand il s'agit de la laine. Lovely. I like to spend time in LA and Chicago in stores which sell wool.
Oui.
Brenda is a pig in shit with a good fucking cup of tea and some in a yarn store. Like, oh my God. So I like to spend time.
J'aime passer mon temps à Chicago et Los Angeles dans le magasin de laine.
Lovely. Laine.
Laine.
Ou les magasins qui vendent, lovely, de la laine. Good. Brie, one time, you can be Brenda. One time, tonight, the part of Brenda will be played by Brie. One time, I was with Luke in Paris. One time, I was with Luke in Paris.
Une fois, j'étais avec Luc à Paris.
It was a very elegant wool shop. It was fucking beautiful.
Il était en
Do I want il était? If I'm introducing a noun, do I want il était?
C'était. C'était un magasin de la laine très belle,
Or très élégante. Yeah.
très élégante.
Or très beau, because magasin is masculine. Okay.
Pas très beau.
Good. I'm not joking. It was like something from Pretty Woman. What happened next? I'm not joking. It was like something from... Sorry, 1994 is ringing. Go. 1994 ringing. They're knocking you back. Right, off you go. So Brenda, so Brie, so Stephanie, it was like something from the movie Pretty Woman.
C'était comme quelque chose de la film qui s'appelle Pretty Woman.
C'était comme quelque chose du Pretty Woman. Lovely. Okay, good.
Cool.
Love. I was wearing a nice coat. I was wearing a nice coat.
Je me suis habillée.
Right, we've done this before. Listen to Lukey. Listen to Lukey. Right. For the purposes of this, I'm going to use a scarf. Brenda will tell me what the style is, but like it's a scarf. Right. So, there are verbs to put it on. Je mets une écharpe. There are verbs to take it off. J'enlève une écharpe. There's verbs when it's actually on. Je porte une écharpe. I've got one to put it on, one to wear it, and one to take it off. Je mets une écharpe. Je porte l'écharpe. J'enlève l'écharpe. Anything else is just talking about the act of getting dressed. Je vais m'habiller, no mention of any clothes. Je vais me déshabiller, no mention of any clothes. That's just generally getting dressed. Yeah, don't confuse the verbs mettre, porter, and enlever when you mention the things. Aren't you lucky that I used the scarf rather than anything else? You know, rather than je vais m'habiller, je vais me déshabiller. That's just about generally getting dressed. All right. So Stephanie, I was wearing, so because you're mentioning a body part, a clothing, piece of clothing, you can use the proper verb. So Stephanie, I was wearing a beautiful coat.
Je portais un manteau très, très beau.
Good. The woman behind the counter heard me speaking in French. The woman behind the counter heard me speaking in French.
La femme dernière, le
Comptoir.
Le comptoir, elle m'a entendu.
Elle m'a entendu.
Elle m'a entendu.
Stand still.
Me,
You've done this already today. How did you say a moment ago, I've never heard of whatever? J'ai jamais entendu. What word came next? J'ai jamais entendu.
j'ai jamais entendu.
I've heard. J'ai entendu. What word came next? J'ai entendu pas. You said this a moment ago. You said, I've heard of this. J'ai entendu parler de. Yeah, do you remember?
J'ai entendu parler de. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about when you've heard of in French. You said, I've heard speak of. But what's the relationship, Brie, between entendu and parler? What kind of verb is entendre? Anybody can shout out. Denise, Brendan, what kind of verb is entendre? It's a verb of what?
Perception.
Oh, that was lovely. When I ask you guys to say stuff in tandem, you don't do it, but that was lovely. Your voices go together. Any Rogers, Dolly Parton. So when you have a verb of perception, the next word, the next verb, straight in there. I saw Brenda singing. I saw Brenda dancing. J'ai vu Brenda danser. J'ai, whatever. J'ai regardé Brendan dormir, or j'ai regardé dormir Brendan. It's a verb of perception. So the only form of verb you need after that is an infinitive. Only form of a verb you need after that is an infinitive. Yeah. So what's she heard me speaking. Keep going. What's she heard me speaking? Elle m'a.
Elle m'a entendu parler.
Lovely. All right. Now, so in other words, bitch was like, oh, he's French. That's fine. That's fine. Lovely. Brenda speaking in English on the phone. She heard Brenda speaking in English on the phone.
Elle a entendu.
No, the verb is here, not tendre. Elle a entendu.
Elle a entendu Brenda parler.
That's it.
Or is it en anglais?
Lovely. On the phone.
Au téléphone.
Lovely. Well done, au téléphone. Good. One more from you, Denise. Honestly, lots of shopkeepers hate tourists in Paris. You think they'd freaking love them. You'd think they'd freaking love them, but they don't. Lots of shopkeepers hate tourists in Paris. Off you go.
En fait,
Beaucoup de vendeurs
détestent les what was the rest?
Tourists.
Beaucoup de vendeurs détestent les touristes
À Paris.
à Paris.
Good. Lovely. Brendan, despite appearances and although they are a source of money, they don't like tourists. I forget.
Malgré que...
Listen to Lukey. Despite is going into a noun. So malgré les apparences.
Malgré les apparences.
And although they are a source of money.
Bien qu'ils soient une source de l'argent.
And still, source of is a quantity. Une source d'argent, yes?
Une source d'argent.
Lovely. Okay, good. They don't like them. They really don't. They don't. They like to pretend that they're in an industry which is not a tourist store. So wool shops are like, we don't need American bucks. We don't need like English bucks. We're like, no. We're just like we're a local wool shop for local people. And I'm also like, you're hardly the Chanel, flagship store. You're selling wool, as nice you are as a store. So I won't make you translate this shit, but like basically this bitch was just like, Monsieur, je peux vous aider? And Brenda had asked 3 times for like something, and she knew every fucking thing in there and everything what it all is. And I went up to this woman and I legit said, like in French, I was just like, no. I said, because do you know what? But the only thing I know about wool is whether or not it's fucking comfortable to put on my body. I said, but you see that woman over there that you blanked 3 times? I said, big mistake. I said, if you knew the fucking budgets that bitch has for films, and if she decides to buy something from a shop, I said, and I literally even said, to quote the film, big mistake. I was like, seriously, that'll fucking teach you for blanking someone. And then she's like, oh, madame, je peux vous aider? And Brenda was like, how many times I have to ask to be served by this damn counter and stuff? Do you know what I mean? It was, with all due respect, like it was not a race thing. It wasn't a nationality thing. It was nothing to do with that. It was just literally Paris fucking hates tourists sometimes. They're such cocksuckers. They really are. Good. I'm just going to pop. We're just going to have a momentary break. I just want you to look at what I'm popping in the group. There's a little clip that 1 second. One second. French group. Yeah, there's a little cute clip which you might like. Tell me, does it open? Does that open, Brendan?
I don't know where to look.
In the WhatsApp. Does it open for you, Brendan, in the WhatsApp? Does that link open?
One more. Oh, wait a minute.
This is me and Brenda this is Brenda and I having a dance in Besançon. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There were these square motherfuckers, and we were like, Brenda, let's show them how it's done. We had such a good time.
So much fun.
I know. And then
That was-
like, and we did it. And then the little Christian woman that was with us, that actually I'm very, very fond of, but who gave everybody COVID, bless her heart. She said, oh, I didn't press record. Go again, do it again. And we were like, no problem. Back on our mark. We were no problem. Good. I thought you'd like that. Lovely. So Brendan, your go. Luke, it's always a pleasure to see your ass on film. Luke, it's always a pleasure to see your ass on film.
Luke.
Okay, I meant Brenda, but Brenda, you can do it. Off you go, Brenda. Yes, Brenda.
Oh wait, me or
yeah, you
we
go.
have the same name. Every time I watch this, I'm like, why is he saying Bren? I'm not there.
I know. So I've got Bren. So off you go. So Brenda. It's like, isn't that like 90210? Brenda and Brendan. Wasn't that the issue? Wasn't it? That was 90210. Wasn't there? Was Brenda and Brendan. So Brenda. Luke, it's always a pleasure to see your ass. It's always a pleasure to see your ass.
Luke, toujours un plaisir avoir te first.
C'est toujours un plaisir de voir ton cul. C'est toujours un plaisir de voir ton cul.
Toujours de voir. Wait, what?
C'est toujours un plaisir de voir ton cul.
C'est toujours de voir.
No, c'est toujours un plaisir. C'est toujours un plaisir.
Oh, c'est toujours plaisir avoir ton cul.
Right. Say for me, it's a pleasure. C'est un plaisir.
C'est un plaisir. I like black for a moment. I haven't had enough coffee.
Don't worry. Now say for me, I know how much you've got going on as well. Now say for me, c'est un plaisir de voir. C'est un plaisir.
Oh, c'est un plaisir de voir.
You said avoir, which is doable. Which is doable if you then didn't say anything else. So if you said, it's a pleasure to see, c'est un plaisir à voir, finish. But if you said it's a pleasure to see Brendan's ass, c'est un plaisir de voir, look, and then if you go on with what the infinitive is doing, you need de. Right? Good. Brendan. Luke, the more you talk about it, the more I want to come to Besançon. The more you talk about it, the more I want to come to Besançon. Brendan, male Brendan.
Him? Him?
Yeah, him. Yeah, that's it. The more you talk about it, the more I want to come to Besançon. Stand still. What's the word for more if I said more people?
Plus personnes.
No.
Personnes.
No. What's more people?
Plus de personnes.
Plus de personnes, yes. All right.
Plus de personnes.
What would plus de personnes mean, Brendan?
No more?
That's right. There are times when plus is more with a number. There are more than 3 people. Il y a plus de 3 personnes. With numbers, we don't say plus de. We say plus de. Okay? But generally, plus is the more. So the more you talk about it, Luke, plus tu en parles, plus j'ai envie de venir. Yeah? Just say that for me. Plus tu en parles, plus j'ai envie de venir. Okay?
Plus tu en parles,
yeah.
Plus j'ai envie de venir.
Good, put it together. Plus tu en parles, plus j'ai envie de venir.
Plus tu en parles, plus tu as envie de venir.
Plus j'ai envie de venir.
Plus tu en parles, plus de...
Listen. Plus tu en parles, plus j'ai envie. So you're used to using plus de. Good. This grey hair here is because I've tried to get these things into you. But here it's got plus, comma, tu en parles, the more you speak about it, plus j'ai envie de venir, the more I want to come. Yeah, so it won't be a no. Plus tu en parles, plus j'ai envie de venir. Off you go.
Plus tu en parles, plus j'ai envie de venir.
Envie de venir. J'ai envie de venir.
J'ai envie de venir.
Put it together. Plus tu en parles, plus j'ai envie de venir. Go.
Plus tu en parles, plus j'ai envie de venir.
Good. Lovely. Lovely. Good. Brendan. It would do me good to come practice my French.
Ça me rend du bien. Ça me fait du bien.
It would do me some good.
Ça me ferait du bien
Good to come.
de venir pour pratiquer mon français.
I don't need a pour after venir. Go and come are verbs where you don't need an a or a pour after them. I went to speak to Brendan. Je suis allé parler. Yeah, not je suis allé pour parler. You don't necessarily need that. I'm coming to speak with Brendan. Je viens parler. Denise says, I'm coming to spend a week in France. Je viens passer. We don't say je viens pour passer. No, you don't need to say that. Okay. So come. Okay, off you go.
Venir pratiquer mon français.
Good. Put it together then. So ça me ferait du bien de venir pratiquer mon français.
Ça me ferait. Pardon.
The minute we go into the future, all of you bitches want to use ra. Yeah. Anything on that side of the verb, you like the ra. Yeah. You like the ra, don't you? Because it's the most used form in the future. Ra. Okay. No, ça me ferait du bien de venir.
Ça me ferait du bien de venir pratiquer mon français.
Pratiquer or pratiquer? Which word?
Pratiquer mon français.
In practice in French. Denise just said that for me. Oh, ça me ferait du bien venir pratiquer mon français.
Sorry, me. Ça me ferait du bien pratiquer mon français.
Ça me ferait du bien venir pratiquer. Ça me ferait du bien de venir pratiquer mon français. Yeah.
Ça me ferait du bien de pratiquer mon français.
Keep missing out what I'm saying. Ça me ferait du bien de venir pratiquer mon français. De venir. It would do me some good to come. Yeah? We could obviously say, oh, ça me ferait du bien de pratiquer mon français. But we're saying it would do me some good to come and practice my French. Ça me ferait du bien de venir, de pause, venir. Ça me ferait du bien de venir pratiquer mon français. Okay?
Ça me ferait du bien de venir pratiquer mon français.
Good. To lift the listening from 97 to 100 is exhausting, but it's so worth it because we can make all kinds of mistakes at 97%. Maggie is the queen of this. Maggie is phenomenal when she 97% goes to shit. And 97% that goes to shit. Brie, could you say the same sentence? Ça me ferait du bien de venir. Ça me ferait du bien de venir pratiquer mon français.
Ça me ferait du bien de venir pratiquer mon français.
Good. Bree said to me, it would do me some good to meet Luke for a drink. It would do me some good to meet Luke for a drink.
Ça me ferait du bien de
You can use rencontrer because, and this is on you, we ain't seen each other in person. So you can use rencontrer.
de rencontrer avec...
Ça me ferait du bien de rencontrer Luc. Ça me ferait du bien de rencontrer Luc.
Rencontrer Luc.
Pour prendre quelque chose à boire. Pour prendre quelque chose à boire.
Pour prendre quelque chose à boire.
Pour boire un coup. Pour boire un coup. There's so many people that... Oh, we're doing it quite close to the end. I've got this new challenge going on when I mention 4 random words and the people that get all the way through have to mention the 4 random words. So I'm going to ask each of you for a word. Brendan, give me a word. What word? In English. Give me a word.
Oh, an English word. Lampshade.
Lampshade, Denise?
Magnificent.
Lampshade, magnificent. Brenda, a word?
Picture.
Picture. Lampshade, magnificent. Picture. Brie, a word, my darling.
Grits.
Brits.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got lampshade, so abat-jour, magnificent, magnifique, picture, image, and Britannique. Lovely. So if you've gotten this far through the video, Linda scours them for it. God bless her. The weirdest fucking shit happened the other day. I did a video, and the title of the video, alors j'ai fait une vidéo, et le titre de la vidéo was filming the Christmas lights for Linda. Linda is somebody who, supports the group. She's really, really, really supportive. Whatever. She's got a few health problems, and she's always writing lovely comments. She's fucking insane and deluded when it comes to me. She thinks I'm all kinds of something special. Poor bit. She sends comments like, "You remind me of the actor Christian Bale." I'm like, get help. I'm like, I don't remind anybody of anything outside of Fright Night. But she's really, really supportive. And so she's not very well at the moment. So I basically did this video going around my village, filming the Christmas lights, and say, oh, this is a little shout out to Linda. And then in the previous video, I think I mentioned Linda once, shout out to Linda. And she sent me this message going, oh, Brendan, thank you for something mentioning Linda or something like this. And I was like, and the whole video dedicated to you, which is already up. You haven't maybe noticed that one. So I think she's quite systematic about how she watches the video. The videos in order. I was just a bit like, it's like buying someone a car, but you also bought them I don't know, some leathers to clean the car with. Like, oh, thank you so much for the leathers. I was like, there's a car over there. So yeah, good, lovely. So we've got lampshade, magnificent, picture, Brit. Yeah, okay, good. One more sentence from everybody, and then we can chillax. And we can have a little conversation, or Brenda has a coffee. Oh, there's a good idea. I'll go and get a decaf. Brendan, you have got magnificent eyebrows. Brendan, hasn't he got good eyebrows?
Oui.
He's got such
These are trim.
They don't go too trimmy. I mean, I quite like when dudes, as they get older, get the whole Merlin thing here. But whenever I've cut anybody older's hair, I do take the clippers over them a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So,
I had this since I was 12. It usually grows in the middle if I don't shave it.
oh, I'm sure you'd end up with a caterpillar. I'm sure about that. But make sure but don't thin them. Don't thin them out that way. Don't thin them
Once the woman in the bar went to me and she went like that, and she went on that on my eyebrow because it was sticking out so much.
I'd say keep your spit to yourself, you saliva bitch. Was that was in England, not in France?
That was in London.
There you go. Lovely. Boundaries, France boundaries. Lovely. Off you go. Although Catherine Deneuve said that she was sick of the Me Too movement. Elle a dit qu'elle en avait marre du mouvement Me Too, moi aussi. She said that men need to feel free to tell a woman that she's beautiful. Elle a dit que les hommes doivent effectivement se sentir à l'aise de pouvoir dire à une femme qu'elle est belle. And that there's a big difference between harassment and making somebody feel threatened and complimenting somebody. Elle a dit qu'il y a une grande différence entre menacer une femme et quelqu'un qui se sent quand même en danger et de faire un compliment. So she was a bit like, look, the feminists are going to hate me for this, but she's like, you need to allow human interaction, otherwise it's a very dark world, So, and she says, why should we spoil people being comfortable with each other because there are few people that are horrible? She's like, be careful. Good. So Brendan, last sentence, then we're just going to chill. Luke admired my eyebrows. I have to hide them on a weekend when I dress up as Brenda. Luke admired my eyebrows. I have to hide them on a weekend when I dress up as Brenda.
Luke admirait admirait.
That's it.
Admirer.
Luke, yeah.
Luc a admiré mes sourcils. No.
Sourcils, yeah, sourcils. Okay, yeah. Mes sourcils, yep, carry on.
Mes sourcils, je dois les cacher.
Je dois les camoufler. Je dois les camoufler. Have to camouflage.
je dois le camoufler à le week-end, au week-end, quand j'ai
Déguise, je me déguise.
quand je me déguise comme Brenda.
Lovely. Or je me transforme en Brenda. Lovely.
Oui.
Denise. Brendan, you are mistaken. Thicker. It's more fashionable to have them thicker. Look at Cara. Brendan, you are mistaken. It's more fashionable to have them thicker nowadays.
Brendan, tu te trompes. C'est plus à la mode d'avoir les sourcils plus less.
Épais.
Épais.
Okay. Good. Brenda, when, say to me, during the 90s, they were too thin. During the 90s, they were too thin. During the 90s, they were too thin.
Oui.
During the years 90. During the years 90.
Pendant l'an 60, non, 80.
90.
10, yeah.
Pendant les années 90, lovely, masculine, they were too fine. They were too fine.
Pendant l'an 90, ils sont.
They were, Brenda. They were.
Ils étaient.
Lovely. Too fine.
Trop flac.
Trop fin.
Trop fin.
Just FIN. Good. Trop fin. When we talk about years, it's année more often than not if it's specific. So the 90s are les années 90. Les années 80. Okay, c'est pendant les années 90, ils étaient trop fins. Good, Brie. One model in particular called Cara Delevingne launched a new trend. She had big bushy eyebrows, didn't she? So one model in particular called Cara Delevingne launched a new trend. Your microphone is on, Brie.
Une mannequin qui s'appelle...
Good. Now that's correct. But guys, don't forget, you can just say a mannequin, Cara Delevingne.
Cara Delevingne.
If I say, oh, my friend Denise, I'm not always going to say my friend who's called Denise. Yeah, quite fine. You know. Yeah.
What was the second part? She launched a
new trend.
Une mannequin Cara Delevingne.
That's it.
A lancé un nouveau.
Now you've used the word for trend yourself earlier today when we said I tend to. Une nouvelle
tendance.
That's it. So if you say that looks nice, Brenda, you say, oh yeah, this colour's in. C'est très tendance. C'est très à la mode. C'est très tendance. Good. Chill. Relax. Love. People. If you've watched this video, enjoyed it, please remember there's a Kofi link underneath. The people here all know what to pay me, but it's separate for you guys to make a donation. It's not obligatory, but it's very much appreciated. This shit runs on Kofi. Good. Lovely. All right, I should press stop recording and we shall have a little chat amongst ourselves. Good. If you're interested, by the way, in joining one of the groups, I will be starting a complete beginners group in the new year. Complete, utter, like absolute freaking beginners group. So the fact is, if you're watching this, the chances are you're not a complete beginner. So, but if you know somebody who wants to be a complete beginner from the new year, we're going to have a race to see how quick we can get stuff done. Then please let me know. I should be starting a new complete beginners group. Good. All right. Let me just stop the recording.